Listen, man, we got Luce Cannon crashes out on Bricc Baby over being cellmates in the lies. Oh my goodness. And then we got, and he says Big U is behind it all. And he says Gigi Adams strike back. Gigi Adams, his ex-wife, been striking back. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's outside. Sharice Mills is outside. Luce. Now we got Gigi in the fold. Shit is up. Listen, okay? Luce Cannon crashes out on Bricc Baby. We gotta get to it. Everybody drop a like. I'm on go. And we gotta get the content on go. Let's go.
What's been going on?
Not much. Did you eat today?
No, not yet.
Not yet. What you gonna have today?
I need to make sure y'all hear this clear. Hold up. I need to make sure y'all hearing this. Clear if you're blood. Clear if you're Crip, homie. I need to make sure y'all hearing this clear.
Not much. How you doing?
Good. What you doing?
Just feeding the baby. Giving him some yogurt.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what's been going on?
Not much. Did you eat today?
No, not yet.
Not yet. What you gonna have today? You don't know?
Yeah, what?
I said, what are you gonna eat today?
Probably,
I didn't hear you.
a couple of cheeseburgers.
Oh, okay. Your favorite.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I just noticed. Remember how you told me to take down that video because you'd spoken to Bricc and, he had a misunderstanding about the audio call or whatever that you dropped, talking about kicking him out of cell. Do you know he made an audio call with his girl on the 18th, talking all kind of crap like he didn't say you guys were cellies and you guys were never cellies and he never got no paperwork from Big U and this and there was never no fights and nothing, none of that. But what is he talking about?
yeah, no, that's goofy. Don't you got the recording when he's saying all that?
Of course I have the recording of him saying it out of his own mouth. So I just don't understand how he's trying to put this all on you like you're the liar, like you started this, you said all of that, when he said it too. So what? If that was a play, y'all both was playing. But it's just weird that now all of a sudden he's trying to say that.
No, it wasn't a play. What it is probably Big Uterus probably had upcoming court and told him to say that. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't even know if it had anything to do with him or not. I think he just got in his feelings from that phone call because she probably didn't tell him all that you said. Because at the end of the call or towards the end, you cleared it up and was like it was about some, child support something to something, and y'all was cool at the end. So it's just like I don't get why people are tripping and making things bigger than it needs to be and trying to lie and trying to make you look crazy. You know what I'm saying? When it came out of his own mouth. You both said it.
Yeah. So what it is tell him, all you do is just replay exactly what he said.
So you want me to replay it on the end of this call?
Yeah, that's what you do. And then shut it up because he's just goofy.
Oh my goodness. Y'all need to talk up in there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Basically, he was doing some underhand stuff that
drop
I
like
didn't like or whatever like that.
And drop where you from.
Basically, I was deemed to be the aggressor and they moved me.
Oh, really? So now you guys aren't cellies. So you guys are no longer cellies no more.
No, I moved. That's where I'm.
New York.
I'm up here with Dirk and him.
Ah, so you're on a whole different part now.
Of course.
Okay. Well, I guess it was for the better, right?
It don't matter. Jail is jail. So at the end of the day, it's like, he probably got in his feelings and he lied. You know what I'm saying? That's what.
But are y'all cool up in there? Like y'all ain't got no beef?
No, but I just know Big Uterus make him do things that he don't supposed to do. But at the end of the day, it's like to play with exactly what he said.
That's crazy.
So it's not me saying it; it's him saying it. You get what I'm saying?
This call is from a federal prison.
You know, I just thought you guys were cool, cordial. It just makes no sense.
Everything is cool, but you have to understand that uterus have his hands around Bricc. That's all.
Oh, I don't understand how, but you know, that's not for me to understand.
Yeah. But you have to think about it is trying to paint a picture and say all this stuff, right? But then at court or whatever is basically saying like, oh, Luce Cannon didn't say anything, White 100 didn't say anything, and we don't know nothing about that, but y'all the only ones that's doing the goofy stuff. And he got played, so he's thinking that the stuff that we do is hurting him, but it's the stuff that he did. They don't even know anything what's going on. You get what I'm saying? So it's all based on him.
Right.
We entertaining people. We say what we don't. I crucify his character. So it's like,
whose character?
a big useless.
Okay.
So
I just want to make it clear because I didn't know who you were talking about.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like,
What do you mean he gonna crucify his character? And Sharice here bugging, who? Yeah, Luce be bugging. The talking like that, just talking like that, it's crazy, you know. The feds is taking anything you're saying and flipping it. Just know that they're flipping it, okay? So if you think you said one thing, you will be saying another thing in the end. You're gonna crucify him how? What do you mean, bro? You're behind the walls in a federal RICO. Trust me, bro. That shit'll get you jammed up, bro. Trust me.
like everything that
Everybody hit the
done,
poll, yo.
every statement, all the other stuff like that comes from him. Phone call, text messages come from him.
Right.
That have nothing to do.
Indictment. It says that one incident with the robbery, but you weren't even talking about that. So it's like, you know, it's a completely different story.
Yeah. So it's goofy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well.
But I'm playing the call right now.
I'll play it. Don't trip. I'll play it. And yesterday was hilarious on No Jumper. Like, hilarious.
No, definitely with peanut butter bunch.
That goofball. He swear up and down he hard. Okay, how you hard? Like, you can't, like, man, listen. All I gotta do is push you sideways and you done. Like, where he swinging to? Tell me, where he swinging to?
He probably think he's Karate Kid with the blindfold on.
Oh my God. Like, seriously. And then want to start talking about my bath water. Dude, you wish. Niggas would buy, want to drink my bath water. I don't know what he talking about. Crazy. Yes. Did you not know there's bath bombs that's flavored like cake and dessert? Yes. Does he not know that? He don't know nothing about that because he live a regular, smuggler, degular, square life.
No, he's blind. He can't see.
Baby, the blind don't matter. Blind people could be freaky too, but he's not with that. He's not about that life.
But he can't see water.
Listen, he said the water was green and then he said it was brown. I just want to know which one is it. And then he said it was my jacuzzi. Sweetie, it's my tub that's in my house that's like a jacuzzi.
I know, but listen.
But you know what? He didn't see it. He's hearing stories that someone else told him.
I know. So that's why you understand this. Everything that he sees is one color, and that's black.
Oh my gosh.
That's all he sees.
Honey, be nice, okay? Be nice.
But yeah, pick it peanut butter bunch. But are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah, play the call.
I will. All right, baby. I love you.
Love you.
Yo, is that crazy? You guys are cellmates? What? What in the world did that happen?
When I figured out the jail, I'm like, bro, finna come. I'm like, as soon as he come, I'm about to bring you ready. Cause you gotta come here. So I'm like, yeah, he about to come right here with us.
That's crazy. So you helped set that up?
Yeah, well, as soon as he came in, shit, you already know. It ain't no other way he gonna go. And we can't be talking in front of all these people, so I was just like, hey, man, not the trick report live south, man, the MPC, man. You know what I mean? They try to put a J in the line, man. I mean, we ain't in too deep with no J Ricc, man. We right here turned up, beat up, man. It ain't no, man. You know what I mean? Hey, they say if you fuck around and start stressing, you gonna miss your blessing, man. So we in here cooling, man. It's the Bricc, man. Shout out Sid, shout out Luce, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man.
It's a lot going on with that. What I want to know is, do you believe, one, that they were ever cellmates at all, bro? Do y'all believe that? All right? We're going to go into Gigi, but I do want to find her newest video. So I do want to see her newest video. I think it's a live, actually. I think it's a live. So yeah, we're going to go to her newest live. This is Gigi. She in back chilling.
The domestic violence cases that are mentioned in the indictment on Luce Cannon's detention order. So we were going over those two cases. Two warrants that he has that are open are cases against me for violation of the domestic violence restraining order and violation of his probation for the.
So this is Gigi Adams. She is Luce Cannon's ex-wife. And they share a kid together, they share a child. And now she's been coming outside lately and telling her story, or whatever the case may be. We do hear Sharice, you know what I mean? I don't hear her too much coming at her, but she's coming at Munchie B and other people that's coming at her at the moment, you know what I mean? We hear Luce talking about him and Bricc Baby and them being cellmates, which I don't think is real. I want y'all, everybody that's here with me, just hit the poll. First of all, salute. Everybody hit the poll and tell me, do you think they were cellmates? Or was that shit just the wackest play? Or they gotta show us proof pictures that they was in a cell together. And if they was in a cell together, that shit was probably bugged, period. So I'm not even gonna cap to you.
Fiction of the domestic violence order that we
Gigi Adams.
A case that we already have. So we have two active warrants.
What's good, bros?
Answer for state.
Everybody drop a like, everybody hit the poll. I wanna know, because this poll is gonna change in a few minutes. I just wanna know what everybody think about this. Do you think Luce and Bricc were in the same cell? Or was that a lie? Was that a lie? I want y'all to hit the poll on that. Tell me if you think that was a lie.
This is after he's done with his indictment cases. I want to recap everything for anybody else who's just like joining in. I really appreciate everybody. I know we had like some technical difficulties earlier, but I'm still learning, you guys.
She learning, man.
I appreciate everybody's patience. And so we're gonna just like recap everything and then like go over everything that you guys missed so you guys can see kind of like everything that's been happening that you guys aren't aware of, because I know that Luce Cannon had just came on a No Jumper and you guys think like, why is she doing this? Like she's coming out of the blue, like I haven't heard him or her say anything. It's been done for a long time, even before he got a No Jumper. So I want to recap everything so you guys can see everything from the beginning, before No Jumper, before the indictment, before you guys even knew Luce Cannon or right? So let's recap and let's start. So we are going to Bricc your name.
Spell my name.
Your name is not Turning Williams. TRMAINE Williams. That's not
Why you send me my ID?
Should I send? I'll send you his ID.
I can teach you all your ID.
Yeah, Luce be lying though. She said your name is not TERMAINE, Termaine Williams. He says what? WACK. I can show you my ID. WACK, I'm gonna screenshot you my ID. That's crazy though. Cause we all know whose name now is Cellmate. It's funny.
So let's recap real quick.
You heard? Listen to Luce live, bro. That's funny shit.
Remove this. Your name.
Spell my name.
Your name is not Termaine Williams. Gramaine Williams. That's not
WACK. Why don't you send me my ID?
Should I send? I'll send you his ID.
I can PTO your ID.
He said, WACK, I'm gonna send you my ID. She said, WACK, I'll send you his ID. It's your ex-wife. And, bro, how you gonna be on that line to your ex-wife, bro? Online. She said your name is this. You gonna argue about that if she said your name is something?
So let's recap real quick. This was this was on Clubhouse with WACK 100. So this is kind of when WACK 100 and Luce Cannon kind of like started communicating with each other. He was still cool. Luce Cannon was still cool with Big U at this time. So you'll hear WACK, and this was WACK 100's Clubhouse Levels, and Wood was just Troy Adams' girlfriend. So this is Luce Cannon on this Clubhouse at this time. That's who you hear talking.
Alright, hold on. But you know I'm in New York right now. You know where I'm at.
Oh, where you at? Where are you at? Like,
This nigga
We
turning
on the
on.
internet. Hey, listen, gang.
hey, you want some closing?
Hold on.
Alright, one mic. Okay, one mic. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Gigi. Gigi, do you know this man? Who is this man? He's your what?
He's my husband.
Okay, so he's saying that his name is not Termaine Williams. Is he
His
lying?
name is Termaine Williams. He can sit up there and play these games and just lie.
So stop right there, just so you guys know. At first, when Luce Cannon was coming out with his lies and whatnot, nobody had knew his government name. So I had told them his government name when I found out he was lying, like not claiming our daughter and all that stuff. So he's at this point claiming his name is not Termaine Ashley Williams, which you guys already know now that is his legal government name.
And so everybody can believe it. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's public record. He knows his name. He knows their website. He knows we're still legally married. He knows I filed for divorce. He knows that he abandoned the daughter he had.
Saying anything to me or anything like that, like talking about me on, it was like all in the protective order, like it's zero contact, anything, like no emails, text messages, nothing.
The marriage.
She going into it. She going into how bad she is. She usually have gun in her.
Okay, now. Okay. Yeah, girl. Because I'm still learning. I'm still learning this whole crap. He just said that he's gonna have little dirt on his body, all this crazy stuff. Like it's still going. Mind you, he's in prison. This man is behind bars, fighting 20 years per charge maximum, right? That's the maximum penalty for that's just for one case. That's just for the RICO. 20 years.
Everybody hit the poll. Is Luce Cannon and Bricc Baby beating this RICO? How do you feel? Are you new here? Do you know what's going on? These guys are caught in a RICO case, all right? And they're doing podcasts from the feds. They're saying live from the feds. Do you think someone that's saying live from the feds, doing a podcast from the feds, when you're in a RICO and don't even know what the DA, the prosecutor, nobody, attorney, the 62 U.S. General, who the hell ever, is coming up with evidences against you, you're going to do podcasts. Do you think you're going to beat a RICO when you're doing podcasts? That's what I'm saying, bro. Do you think you're beating a RICO?
Maximum per charge. He has 2 charges.
I can watch that.
And he's still going.
She pretty enough.
That should tell you all you need to know right there. That he clearly doesn't care about his freedom. He doesn't care about, like I said, anybody but himself and what his end goal is. And ultimately, I'm assuming, it's my assumption, because he's been doing this for so long, his end goal is to be the most talked about person ever. Just delusional. Yes, thank you, bro. Delusional. But like I said, So I want to recap kind of what we talked about earlier, the wedding scam. So I want to make sure that everybody understands like the scam. So Cannon, when you are dealing with Cannon, he's dealing with you for a purpose, for a reason. Rather it's because you have resources, rather it's because you have connections, rather it's because you have money. It can be for multiple different reasons. And all he's gonna do is drain you of those resources. I know there was other questions. I'm answering some things I'm gonna answer, but I've seen just the questions I've seen on my own that I know a lot of people are wondering. So another question was, what made you fall for him? What made me marry him or fall for him? And I think the best answer to that is the same way he made everybody else fall for him to believe he's somebody that he's not when nobody knew him from a candidate. So if you can imagine what he's doing to the internet, what he's doing to somebody who he's trying to conquer, you can imagine this to the 10th power. So I fell in love with somebody that he pretended to be, right? So that's that. Another thing I wanted to address is, I think there was a question, something about like, how do you feel that Cherie said that he only has one child? I want to make it very clear that it doesn't bother me. My daughter, when I left Canada, she was only 6 months old. So she is not going to remember him in any way, shape, or form. The only thing that she will know about him is what she sees on the internet when she's old enough to ever be on the internet. That's the only thing she's going to see, which brings me to the reason why I feel like it is imperative for me to clear up all the lies, the false stories, or anything, especially revolving my child. I don't know about any other mother, your grandmother, whatever, that's cool. If you don't think it's cool or you want to turn the other shit, whatever you want to do, this is my child. And I want her to know if she ever sees this on the internet, if anybody in school ever brings it up or whatever the case may be, a family member, anything, I want her to know that her mother was her biggest supporter, that I was her biggest advocate, that I stood up for her when, her name was being brought up. I'm gonna ask a question. I really remember seeing my Gigi. Do you really want to see him locked up and away from his kid? If you say he's dead, then losing the opportunity to build a relationship. Okay, good question. So I know you probably haven't heard him speak about me, but there's multiple interviews he spoke about me. Charisse constantly speaks about me and my child. Like I said, it's public, it's all over the place. It's not like I'm just delusional. It's been going on for a long time. I understand that a lot of people, like I said, you can't watch every interview, you can't see everything, but you have to understand, like I said, there's a lot of things that you guys don't see that, I'm not just coming out.
She's saying a lot. She's making a lot of points, and I'm just letting her speak a little bit because I see things, you know what I mean? One thing I'm taking from what she's saying is what she's saying, you're not knowing your child, and the things that your child is going to learn about you is all of the things that you've been online. And that'd be crazy for that image to be the only image that his children, or this child right here, that Luce has, is left with of Luce. You know what I mean? I think that'd be really crazy. You know what I mean? Everybody get the likes up, subscribe to the channel.
Woodworks and just saying, I just want to expose him. That's not the case here. He has spoke on me on Clubhouse with WACK 100. That's kind of where it all started. The original narrative was, like I said, if you guys subscribe, I'm going to share all this with you so you guys can understand why I am where I am today, why I'm over the bullying, the harassment, the lying, that type of stuff. Like, it's just come to a point where Cannon and Charisse have bullied the internet enough with lies, false stories on other people, and everybody just runs with their narrative, and they have never provided one shred of receipt, proof, evidence, or anything. Yet, I see that people attack anybody else who speaks out against them. I don't care what anybody says. Like I said, when you come to my channel, anything that I say, I'm going to show proof and receipts. So it's not like you have to take my word for it. I'm not here to have a he said, she said. It is strictly just facts, point blank facts, period. So let's go over to answer Toxic Media's question. The original narrative of how this started was Cannon Sharice went on Clubhouse with WACK 100. Cannon's exact words were, he did not know who I was, that I was a jump off, and that the child that we conceived through IVF, my daughter, Legacy Williams, is not his child. So as you can imagine, as a mother, okay, the man who brought this child into the world with you is now going on a public platform with WACK 100, might I add. Okay, that's somebody that, you know, has a big platform where millions of people are going to hear and see this father saying this about his child, all because he wants to be famous. Okay? So, that's where it first started. Then it went on from there, and it went on to Tasha K. And you can go look these up as well. Like I said, I'll post them as well, but Tasha K, they went on that interview as well and said the exact same thing. So again, here we go back to your question. Just because you haven't heard it yourself does not mean it's not being said. There's a million people who have heard it. It's been all over Street TV. You can go to him, Alex Alonso. He has done tons of pieces on a lot of his interviews of him saying, you know, all that stuff. So, like I said, that's a really good platform if you guys want to go look at anything right now to see the things that Cannon has said, done, the lies, the manipulation, all that. You guys are free to go to.
Everybody hit the poll. Do you believe in God? Yes or no? I would like you to hit that poll. That'll let me know exactly who I'm with. So far, only 4 people around me believe in God. I know that the rest of you do not, or you do. Now I've told you, if you get to this part of the video, drop a 7 in the chat if you believe in God. Drop a like, because I just want that from you. But hit the poll and let me know if you believe in God. Drop a 7. Salute to Jason Johnson.
So there, great journalist, does a lot of
same thing.
Along with like evidence receipts. It's like it's not just me saying it, it's proof. Next question, are you divorced? No, we are not divorced. We are currently in a divorce. We are not divorced now. So also, like I was saying, back to what I was saying about the whole situation, I think people have a misconception that, you know, that I'm speaking out because I want to see him locked up away from his kids. That was Toxic Media's question. Do I really want to see him locked away from his kids? Let me answer that question. Now, which kids are you talking about? Are you talking about the child that he has with Sharice that Sharice says is his only child? Or are you talking about his 2 older sons that he has claimed that are not his and put a gun to their head with Sharice, to his oldest son's head, a gun to his son's head? Are you talking about that son and fought his own son? Or are you talking about the child, the daughter, which is mine, he's never seen since she was 6 months old on board, never paid a dime, never checked on her, never called looking for her, nothing like that. Are those the children that you're speaking about? Are those the children that you think that
Yo, bro, Jason, you ain't gotta say nothing. I'm gonna do that shit probably later. The 75 pounds that Bricc got caught with, we gonna do that next. I'm gonna get on that. I'm gonna try to find them shits right now. If I could, I'm gonna look for it right now too, deadass.
He's not with his kids.
Deadass, I'm looking right now.
Talking about the 2 sons that he has with the wife before me that he hasn't seen in 5 years, but Sharice thinks that sending the mother $200 for 2 children who are 12 and 11 here and there is doing something. Are those the children? You can't buy children, okay? Like, you just can't throw money. Like, 5 years? Are you serious? His sons with Nikki are old enough to look on the internet, they're old enough to read. Do you really think that they don't see everything their dad is doing? They don't see, hear and see the things Sharice says and things like, you don't think that they see that? They do. And so I think your question should be to Cannon and ask him, why is he doing the things that he's doing to be locked away from the children that he could possibly have a relationship with one day? You know, I think that everybody is so quick to try to attack the ex or the person he's not with because she's speaking out. And I noticed that with the internet, like whenever somebody speaks up or stands up for themselves and they're an ex, it's either she's bitter or you're upset because you're not with him anymore, or why don't you just move on, or you do this or you do that or you do. And it's just like, when I first came out and spoke, that was all I asked for was a divorce. And he said he was never married to me. All I asked for him to sign over his rights. He said it wasn't his child. But now you guys are saying, or not you per se, I'm saying now I see, now that Sharice is admitting that, you know, oh, if they are married, who cares? Me and him aren't really married, a piece of paper means nothing. So why are you guys not asking her, why was she up on public platforms lying? Why was he on public platforms lying? Why isn't he running to go get a divorce? Why isn't he running to, like, you guys are asking like that, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, it's crazy the questions that are being asked towards other people when, like, why are you not asking Luce Cannon this question? Why are you not asking Sharice, as a mother that you are now, why are you only saying he has one child when it's public record he has 6? That should be your question. Why are
You said he has 1 kid and he really have 6 kids? I think that's crazy. Yo, look, we getting into the WACK 100 and he talking about Big U snitching now. He said Big U snitched on Luce Cannon. Yo, WACK story be flipping every day. But WACK, and he also said, yeah, you know how Big U was working? You know how I know Big U was working? He said, because Big U thought he was hot with his ally bosses. He ain't know he was hot with them other people on him. That's what WACK says, and I'm gonna play the audio right now, bro. He said Big U was hot with his allied forces. First of all, if you from the streets, you ain't never heard nobody ever use the word allied forces. If you from anywhere, you've never heard no one use the word allied forces together. Where they use allied forces? Only people on the news or people in the Army, the Navy use allied forces, bro. Who the hell ever used allied forces but WACK? But he gonna tell you Big U got the allied forces. I bet WACK. Yeah, I bet.
Comfortable as a woman.
Yeah, I bet WACK.
To your man who has been proven a habitual liar. Why are you co-signing and condoning his behavior to be away from his children?
What y'all say? Y'all want to get to the WACK right now and hear the lies he talking about? Now we might have to get to these WACK 100 lies, man. Gigi, we gonna have to get back to you, baby. That's Luce Cannon ex-wife. Might be my baby mom's in a minute. I love you, girl. Maybe. I'm just saying. Salute to her. Salute to her. But WACK 100, these lies, these lies is getting out of control, bro. I think I might have to get back to my sister. That's my sister, so I'm not being disrespectful. But we gotta get to WACK 100, bro. The lies, nah, man. You gotta tell me what's the lies from the truth, y'all. If you could tell me what's the lies from the truth, then I think you got me, man. I think you got me, man. Salute to everybody. I want everybody to hit that poll. Do you believe or not? I want everybody to hit that poll. I want to know who I'm around. I'm around people that believe in what's in that poll, or I'm around people that don't believe in that. I like to just know. I don't mind. I spent half my life, even more than it, being around the devil. Trust me, being best friends with him. So I get it. So I just like to know what I'm around and who I'm around. You feel me? So I'm not mad at you. If you believe in the devil, drop a 6. I'm not mad at you. Trust me. I was a devil for half my life, even over. But I'm not. Just don't work for that. Not no more. Not no more, bro. Nah, I gotta go to the lip. Yo, Shannon Sharp? Nah, I'm gonna go back to Shannon Sharp in a minute. Hold up, son. Hold up. Nah. Shannon Sharp?
Look what water weight does to your body.
Everybody go and watch my Shannon Sharp live that I just did a while ago, and I did another one. When he said, yo, listen, I don't care what's going on. I'm gonna punish that asshole until no man don't want it no more. I said, this nigga out of control. On Bloods. On Cuz. I said, this nigga out of control, son. Yo, in the paper, this is allegedly, Shannon. But yo, Shannon said, listen, man, I'm gonna make it to that note. You know you got a list. You know Shannon Sharp got a list. Shannon said, I'm gonna make it to that. No man ever want this asshole again. Bro, I said, why happened, bro? Bear aim, yo, bro. Bear aim, yo, bro, I ain't gonna say it, bro. I ain't gonna say it, bro. Annual us. Bear annual us talk, bro. Straight, and he to us, not me. And he to us we talking about, bro. Yo, first of all, yo, God, we gotta put academics, but yo, listen. Listen, on Granny. Listen to me, on Granny, listen to me. Did y'all know, you remember when he got caught up, you know that him got caught up in this lawsuit was because of that Michelle thing? Did y'all ever know that Shannon got caught up in the situation because of the Michelle thing? Yeah. I'll read the whole paper. I got the whole paper. I read it on my channel. You can go watch that video too. Look, I swear. I'll read it again for y'all. Swear to God. The girl said he was trying to be exclusive with her, right? The girl's 19, bro. You're 30 years older than the girl. Damn, you already beating it. What you want, bro? Her whole life? This nigga's wild. These niggas do not know how to do nothing. Listen, the nigga's wild. The nigga want the girl whole life, right? And trying to be bullied allegedly. You ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna choke you. I'm gonna have to choke you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, yo, Shannon. Yo, bro, Shannon. What do Goat James think about this? Goat James. I know you not second in this emotions. Yo, son, that nigga started wailing. I was like, yo, what's up with Uncle Shannon? Yo, the nigga Shannon said, listen. She said she got to the crib with Shannon. She didn't want to be around Shannon because Shannon was cheating with Shorty, Michelle, allegedly. I'm going to take a secret about Michelle that I heard from my correspondent, LA correspondent. Look, I'm just telling you, look. She said since he found out about that, she was like, nah. He was like, nah, we exclusive, baby. We exclusive. I'm just for you, baby. I'm just for you. She bugging. What? We not exclusive. You cheating on me? Nah. And if we is doing anything, you gotta use a yondoms, homie. You gotta use a yondoms. Shannon, wow, I ain't using no yondom. Allegedly. First of all, always be scared of a black nigga, a big black nigga with a lisp. Scary. Tyson, I can keep naming niggas. Yo, you remember the nigga from House Party? I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. Anybody with a lisp that's dark skinned and big, be scared. So now, boom. So the nigga like, yo, but let me tell you about Michelle. Let's get to Michelle. Allegedly Michelle. This is what I heard about Michelle. So the Michelle, please, the real Michelle, please stand up. Please stand up. Like Eminem. Your name start with an M, Michelle? Michael? Michelle or Michael? Which one? I'm just saying, your name starts with an M or N. So my name Eminem. Please stand up. So, I don't know, okay? Allegedly, I heard Shannon Sharp, the supposed Michelle. So if he was with a woman named Michelle, possibility. But that wasn't Michelle he was with. No. Allegedly, that was some man-on-man violence we was listening to on Bloods and Crips. You heard? Listen, I came from the streets, my nigga. Man-on-man violence, my nigga. What we was listening to in that audio was some man-on-man violence on Bloods and Crips. You heard me? Man-on-man violence. Yo, I heard the person name ain't even Michelle. Nigga name probably Michael, Mikhail, I don't know, homie, but it ain't Michelle. But I heard, niggas don't believe me. I think I'm joking. Allegedly anyway, okay. But yo, listen to me. I heard that the nigga, supposedly homie that he was fucking with, allegedly, in the room. Allegedly, Shannon, I'm not trying to defend you. This is what I allegedly heard, bro. I'm saying allegedly, homie. What, you mad at me? I said allegedly, nigga? You in a real case, you got real ducks to fight, real ducks to cross, real ducks to get in the row. Know what I mean, nigga? Leave me be, Shannon. I'm just saying. I heard the nigga name was Mikhail, but look, like Jordan, my nigga. I heard the nigga 6 foot like Mike too. Nigga like this. For palming basketballs and all that. But yo, I heard the nigga was with a snigger, homie, on G's, bro. Allegedly, son. They said he was with Yo, a nigga had a beef in the briefs, my nigga. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Pause, no Diddy. Words, bro.
Chat.
That's
Y'all
what
got
I
an hour
got.
for WACK or no?
I'm done now.
Y'all gotta let me know what we doing.
I'm done. I'm done. Only 10 people here believe in God. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it every day. Only 10 people hit that poll and believe in God. I know you left. I know you left. Trust me. I'll be here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm secure. I believe in what I believe in. I don't chase that. I just made a hat and sold that and I sell that. See how that works? That's how that works.
Look at that, man. It's mentioned that Biggie was on a phone call saying, yo, somebody got to break WACK, Joe. So I guess they were putting two and two together to act like the victim that, or not the witness that the police are talking about is WACK. Let me show you real quick. Because, you know, I know it seems like I don't recall.
Let me get my poll out. I ain't gonna disrespect my God.
Let's do this real quick.
Here's WACK snitching. That's the poll, nigga.
By the way,
I gave y'all chances to like God. Y'all mixed.
He a 69 God, freaky ass nigga. He a 69 God.
When I put up that God poll, you better hit it quick, nigga.
By the way, chat, we are buzzing tonight, man. We got damn near almost 20,000 people up in here.
I mean, I don't hear this anymore. Get to the content, nigga. I don't hear that shit.
Was up himself. In the shadows, he was secretly operating as a kingpin of a criminal enterprise that ruled Los Angeles through violence, fear, and intimidation. Now he seeks pretrial release under the guise of a reformed persona, even though his criminal activities lack his goal. Yeah, I gotta answer. Here we go.
You know what? Getting back to my girl Gigi, you know what? Tired of looking at these niggas. And y'all don't believe in God too? I ain't doing nothing that y'all don't do. I don't care what y'all don't do. One Jesus. Facts. Facts. That's how we doing this. Facts. Get back listening to my girl Gigi. Like this. That's how I'm pleasing. Straight. Where you at, girl? Where you at, girl? Where you at, girl? I don't see that. I don't see this shit. That was that. Gigi? That was that. I ain't trying to see no violence, girl. Changed my life, Gigi. I ain't trying to see no violence. I told you that, girl. You heard, Gigi? If we gonna be together, I ain't trying to be around violence.
Hello.
20 hours ago?
Woo, we are back.
20 hours ago? Damn, she got a lot of work. She putting in some work right now.
Shouldn't you be asking her that question? Does she want him locked up and away from his kids?
This where we
And
going.
it seems like she's the one who's, I'm not with.
Salute. What's good in Wall Street?
And snitching and.
Yo. Yeah, I had to do a God poll, and y'all ain't had that God poll. So, I'd rather look at something else.
And I didn't tell him to go on there and tell
Okay.
me that he robbed 50 Cent or Meek Mill or he broke for Cardi B, but I didn't tell him to do that. So it seems like, you know, a lot of your people's questions or concerns should be towards Cannon and his woman, the woman that's sitting next to him, the same woman that you guys see every day, every Sunday, literally recording a man's phone calls who is in prison
Right, I know.
on a RICO charge. He is literally in prison. Like, come on. Have you heard him once on any of those phone calls ask about any of these children that you're so worried about him not seeing anymore? I mean, that's what I'm saying, you know?
That's a fact, Wall
It's
Street.
natural for a child to want to connect with their parent at some point in their life. Would you rather see him locked up than free? Honestly, I feel like sometimes no parent is better than a toxic parent. So, a toxic parent can do more damage than not having one. So it depends. Just because you make a baby doesn't make you a parent. Let's just start there, okay? There's child molesters who have children. Should we want them to not be locked up because the child wants to connect with the child molester?
That's real.
No, right? So that doesn't make sense. Cannon has mental issues. He is mentally unstable, and he is very toxic, and he is very abusive. I don't know what part you guys didn't hear about. He put a gun to his own son's head. Do you really think that I would allow a man who put a gun to his son's head with his girlfriend next to him, or any woman for that matter? Do you think I would allow him around my child?
Everybody hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed, Jared. That's crazy though.
And I'm not judging anybody else who's okay.
She's his ex-wife. This is what she's alleging. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy.
That some people are okay with that, but not me. So for my child, no. Now, do I believe that people can change? Do I believe Cannon can get the mental health that he needs to possibly change and be a good father one day? Yes. I'm not God, and I believe, through God, anything's possible. But I believe that the person has to want to change. And as I said, clearly you can see that nothing changed. He's literally in prison, and he is literally still doing the same thing with his girlfriend, aiding and abetting and co-signing still the same lies that landed him in prison, still telling his crimes and acting like he's doing this. He just said he got in a fight with Gigi. Like, come on, it's a mental illness. Was he always slow? Yes. So Cannon has always spoke the way he speaks, but again, like I said, Cannon is an evil genius, which he clearly has. He has the gift of manipulation. He has the gift to make people believe anything he wants them to believe. Cannon can make you believe that he was Moses walking on water, and 9 out of the 10 people would probably believe it. The same reason why a lot of people still believe him till this day. Cannon can literally say that he built the nuclear bomb, and there's a group of people who are going to follow him and believe it. He's always been very good at that. Very, very good. Sharice was pushing those lies with Tremaine during all those interviews. No jumper, Capone news, drink with you, etc. Exactly. So look at the comments. Street TV made a very good point. They put some of the links where you can go see him and Sharice's interviews. If you haven't seen them already. And I think that, like I said, you will understand why we are here at this point. Now, is Luce Cannon really a Rolling 60s Crip? No, he is not. Again, he was never put on, he was never a 60s Crip. His father was a Rolling 60s Crip, and he was basically, what's that called? Like guilty by association. So he was affiliated because of who his father was. He was affiliated, but he was never put on to Rolling 60s. No, he was not. He's slow smart, yes. He's definitely, yes, that's the perfect, he's slow smart. He is very, very slow smart. He is an evil genius, it's the truth. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you the truth. And no matter how, crazy it sounds, but Cannon is very, he's not book smart. He's just very street smart. He's an evil genius. That's the best way I can describe it. Like, if he wasn't so evil and if he wasn't doing the devil's work, Cannon would really be like a billionaire right now. He really has a weird, manipulating mind. He probably could have been a lawyer somewhere in some different life if he was to choose his talents and use them in a different way. But like I said, just the power to, just the power to be able to paint any narrative you want and to have a mass majority of people believe it. And these are adults. We're talking about adults who are, have common sense, and they're literally looking at this man that they've never seen before, ever in life, sit here and say that Shawnee O'Neal gave him $50,000 for sexual, come on. He's definitely gotten a lot crazier with the lies. I can say this, when I was with him, the lies weren't this grand. They were not this crazy and outlandish. He's definitely graduated to further it, I guess, a little quicker. The fake Cannon grew up in Fontana, far from
Salute, Ted.
He did. A lot of people accepted him because he was a scammer. A lot of fraud, a lot of plays that he put together. So, whenever you got somebody in a little clique that wants to be down and wants to be cool and,
Everybody hit that poll, man. Is WACK snitching? I ain't asking y'all no big, long, dragged out question. One person said should have put duh at the end of the shit. It's all good. I ain't gonna put that. I put that though. Is WACK Yodelay-hee-hoo? Is he Yodelay-hee-hoo, homie? Is the nigga singing from the mountaintops, bruh? What you talking about? Put it in the polls.
His family paid for money, this is just an example. And you let him in on the crew, let him pretend like he's cool because, he's buying everybody ice cream and buying it. That's Cannon. Cannon was always, like I said, he's always got some type of plan, scam, scheme going, and he knows how to make money. That's just point blank period. He knows how to manipulate, lie, rob, take from anybody. And what's crazy, this is where the genius part comes in, is Cannon will make a lot of money and nobody will know that he's the mastermind the whole time. Because Cannon will literally play himself. He will play to the person like he is just the middleman or he's the bottom of the bottom, but not knowing that this person that he's claiming he's getting the work from or he's getting this from, that person doesn't even exist. It's really him. I'm telling you, it's
That's hustle though,
crazy mind.
That's hustle though. That's what you call hustle though. That's not called some scheming crazy. If you scheming and scamming, you could be doing that scheming scamming. But just a hustler could be, you know what I mean? You be doing that.
He got that white collar, yes, he definitely has that little white collar hustle. He definitely, because of the way he talks, I think his slowness, I kind of think it helps him with also being a chameleon, so being able to talk to all different type of races, colors, breeds, to put himself in different rooms. That whole saying fake it till you make it, he's very good at that. He can turn that gangster talk off, all that Crip and cuz, he can turn that off real quick. He can turn that white boy charm on real fast. Yes, he can. What does the family think about this?
She said he could turn that white boy charm on real quick.
Looking forward, his mom, she loves her son. She doesn't support the lies. I think that's why, that's the whole reason why I shared with you guys the whole wedding scam. None of his family was at that wedding because, it was a fake wedding. None of his family are going to ever play a part, especially his mother, in ever, ever, ever disowning her grandchildren. She's never going to do that. She's never going to tell Cherie. She's never going to play along with any lie that she's ever told any woman or anything. No matter what, his mom is never going to play along with that. His twin brothers already came out and said that he lied, that they, about certain things, especially about our child, said that, that is his child. He went through IVF, everybody knows. So his family does not support any of his lies, not at all. What kind of relationship did you see Luce have with his father? So his father's been in prison on death row since he was I think about 9. So I got with Luce in 2018 to 2022. His relationship with his father was off and on, so he would talk to him in prison every now and then, but they didn't really have a super close relationship out of all those years that I was with him. Nikki, which is the wife before me, she has 2 children with Luce, 2 boys. I would have to ask her how his relationship was with his father when she was with him. She was with him for 10 years. I was with him for 5. Do you think Luce was cooperating with the police before? So it's not the first time that Luce Cannon has got picked up by the feds or by police or whatever. Our houses have been raided before. Police came before. So obviously they don't put us in the room together. So I cannot confirm or deny if he was cooperating at any point. But obviously when you're picked up, you're not put in a room together, you're put in separate rooms. I don't have a record, never have been. I've never been a part of any of his scams or knew about any of his scams. I didn't find out about any of it until later. Obviously, when you meet somebody, people who are part of the scams come forward, or people who get scams come forward, and then that's when you start finding out, robberies were being set up in your house and all this stuff, you know, people feel sorry for you, and then, they, you know, after they watch you go through all the torture and the BS, you know, nobody says anything, and then once you leave, they're just like, oh, I'm so glad you got out, because, you know, all this was happening behind your back. Oh, gee, thanks. But, I can't confirm or deny if he was cooperating, I do not know. I do know Luce has snitched multiple times. He is good at snitching, I can say that. I can only speak on personal experience from me and from his brother. I've been there when he snitched on his brother to the police and blamed crimes on him. The whole holding somebody hostage, I think there was a situation at him and Sharice's house where he claims that somebody called the police and said he was holding somebody hostage. He pulled that same scam where we were living in Corona, and then tried to say his brother was the one who called the police, and SWAT showed up, said that had us surrounded with army tanks and everything, saying that somebody was being held hostage at our house. So that's not the first time he's pulled that type of scam. And then, so I don't know if you guys saw his detention hearing. He has 2 active warrants for domestic violence. So one warrant is for violation of the restraining order that I had against him in Loma Linda. And then the other one was in Riverside for our domestic violence. So those are the 2 active warrants that they're talking about in the indictment on his detention hearing, which is part of the reason why he's not getting bail. And prior to all of this, I'm just giving you guys a backstory of like kind of how we ended in here. Luce Cannon and Sharice went, we lived in Riverside, California, on Kingdom Drive, Cannon and I. And Cannon was setting up robberies at that house. I guess there's investigation started. I didn't know at this time. After he had cheated with Black China, after that whole like scandal thing was going on, Cannon and I, would make this very clear. Cannon and I were living in the same house together, but we were not sleeping together. I was sleeping in another room and he was in the master. I was in the room with the baby, he was in the other room. Of course, he was wanting to work the marriage out. I did not, but at that point I had a C-section, I had just had the baby. I didn't have anywhere to go with the newborn. I didn't want to take his daughter from him. Obviously, this was before, you know, the pulling the gun on his son. This was before the attacking me at the hospital with the baby. So this is, like I said, this is right after our daughter was born, which was November 3rd, 2021. I didn't want, you know, to take her from her father. So I did tell him we could stay in the house together and raise the child, you know, so she could be a part of his life. So I was back and forth between there, and I have an older daughter. She had an apartment kind of nearby, so I was back and forth between the 2 places. And I didn't know that Cannon was setting up robberies at the house where me and the baby were living with him. I didn't know that the robberies would be set up there. So robbery was set up. It was all over the news. You could go on the news and look up a robbery at 7756 Kingdom Drive in Riverside. Police were under investigation for all the robberies that were happening at our house and then I guess in the area. So Cannon and Sharice, after that robbery happened, one of his IBM homeboys, a girl he was messing with, was running some type of gambling ring or whatever. She would have like, you know, people come and set up the gambling table and bring their money and play or whatever, right? So Cannon and his little IBM homeboy set it up to where she could do it at our house. She brought her players. Cannon set up the security. Cannon, then him and the IBM homeboy flew out to Miami, and the security that they provided for the girl robbed everybody at gunpoint, took all their money and change, watch it all go flop. A couple days later, somebody breaks into the house and trashes the house. Cannon and Sharice go to the police and blame me and say that I robbed the house. At this point, Black China was not mentioned to the police, it was just me. Once they made the report, I got a call from the investigator, and I was then brought into the robbery investigation. That I was part of the robberies in the neighborhood, and so of course I had to go down to the station, clear my name, provide where I was, time, days, blah, 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 you know, whatever. Once I cleared my name, showed that I had no parts in any of the robberies, where I was during the robberies, things like that. I was cleared of any implications into the robbery investigation. So Cannon is very well taken. Cannon definitely will snitch on you really quick. When he has when you go against him and you don't participate in anything that he does, or you out him for anything, God forbid, like you do this outing him, oh, he's gonna turn it up. He's gonna do any and everything to try to bring you down. Do you think Luce, no disrespect to him, but does he have a mental health diagnosis? And if so, what it is? I do not. So I've talked to his mother. He's never been like diagnosed by an actual doctor, but I mean, everybody in his family, we all know that he has mental issues. As I said before, it was never this bad. Kenneth's always been a liar. You know, you have like those friends who just lie because they're like maybe ashamed where they come from or who they are, or they want to be somebody they're not, you know, whatever. Kenneth always lied about stuff like that, like what he did for a living, his age, where he's from, stuff like that. You know, you just think like, oh, he's ashamed or whatever. But this level that he's on now is a whole new level that is just, we've never seen it, and nobody knows. You think maybe he just snapped. He's 42, maybe midlife crisis. I don't know, maybe whatever mental disorder he has.
CT bad. Better yet, let me put that in the chat because you niggas is playing. I asked y'all this WACK snitching, but there's women in the chat too. So I'm just gonna put, it's a double yes question. Is WACK snitching? Is Gigi bad? Gigi's bad. Gigi just woke up and did this video. She like this. She got allergies and all that. She chilling. She regular chilling right here. I like chicks like that. Regular chilling, looking bad. Not no makeup, no other dumb shit, just regular. She pulled up the eyelash on the ass like this and, man, fuck the eyelash, I'm done with this. I said, Gigi, you a gangster, Gigi. You a gangster. She probably on neighborhood crib, for real. She said Luce ain't neighborhood crib, but she probably neighborhood crib. The way she ripped off that eyelash, I think she neighborhood crib. Straight. She looked like she ready. I said, nah, Gigi, she a gangster. Jesus Christ.
Did you know about his friendship with WACK 100 when y'all was together? So, again, like I said, I've been with Cannon since 2018. There was no WACK and Cannon friendship. Let's make that very clear. So how WACK and Cannon even got to start talking, which I'll drop those receipts too when I drop.
I like to listen. She said, look, she's breaking down math parts. She said, look how WACK 100 and Luce Cannon even began to speak at all. Look, she's breaking us. Remember, she was with Luce at the times.
Series
like
was
she getting things.
So the whole Molly Mall situation, when me and Cannon started hanging out with Molly Mall and stuff like that, Cannon had bought some beats from Molly Mall or whatever. This was when Cannon was trying to do his rap thing, and this is right around the time where he started the whole IBM. So the whole IBM thing I started, it was not a gang or anything like that. Cannon, like I said, wanted to start doing his rap thing. Came up with IBM, integrity for money. I paid for the logo, blah, blah, blah. Went to Molly Mall, he got some beats, paid Molly Mall for some beats. Cannon then set up Molly Mall. And the reason why Molly Mall was set up for that meeting was because Molly Mall slid into my DMs and was talking to me in a way that Cannon didn't like. Molly Mall wasn't a sexual thing or anything like that. He was just saying that I was beautiful, blah, 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 something like that. Cannon didn't like it. A couple days later, Cannon set up Molly Mall, and that's what you saw on the meeting. Cannon then posted it and was trying to make it go viral. After that, that's when Cannon got, because WACK 100 and Molly Mall are cool. So that's how that whole
everybody drop a like in the building. Salute to everybody that's in the building. If you're a man and Gigi's on the screen right now and you ain't drop a like, you're a hater. Gigi's bad. You're a hater. Stop being a hater. Everybody drop a like because we just on gangster time. Hit the poll. Did WACK snitch on my great granny soul?
He just started from that point on with
whoever dropped that like, you know Gigi bad. That's all I'm saying. I ain't even gonna snitch, but you know Gigi bad.
He put his daughter's mother, this Robert, yeah, he did. If he never cheated with Black China, do you think he would have been with him still? That's a good question. You know, I don't know. I was pregnant when I found out about the Black China situation. I don't know. I really can't give you an honest answer like that. I'm always gonna be honest with you guys, so I really do not know. I was a different person when I was with Cannon. I'm trying to explain it. It's the craziest thing to explain to you guys. Like, when you're with Cannon, he molds you into who he wants you to be. So you lose sight of who you are, if that makes sense. Before I met Cannon, I've always been independent on my own. I was never been in an abusive relationship before or anything like that. I haven't been in that many relationships at my age because I had a daughter really young, my oldest, who's 24 now. And as a girl, so I was very cautious. I never lived with men. I never moved in with me or anything like that. So when I got with Cannon, it was a lot of control, a lot of playing on your weaknesses, playing on any trauma that you had in your childhood, any abandonment issues, things like that. It's kind of like you feel trapped.
Oh wait, somebody said me and her look good together. I ain't pushing up on my sister, bro. Just chill. This is my sister, not my sister like that. My sister. But look,
it's kind of like
I think we look
you
out.
can't leave. You don't know where to turn. Cannon turns people against you, so it's kind of like you really don't have anywhere.
Let me
to
stop
go.
fucking with you, yo.
Cannon drains you all of any independence you had when you got with him. As you can see probably from their channel or stuff that I'll show too as well. He's very big on what's it called? Gaslighting. He's very big on grandiosity. So he does things that most men won't do. Running your bath water, cooking for you, no matter what time it is, catering to you, constantly like just showering you with affection, love, words of affirmation, just everything. It's almost like a fairy tale type of thing, if that makes sense. Once he does that, like it's so intense in the beginning, he gets you to a point where it's like, oh my God, like where did you come from type of thing, right? Once that happens, then like I said, it slowly starts stripping you of, any independence. So if you're working, I don't want you to work, I just want you to, take care of the household, this or this or that. Then it starts slowly and surely, like, every time you're with your friends, he's there. Every time he's with his friends, he wants you to come. It's like, before you know it, your life becomes one. And then before you know it, your friends are now his friends more than they're your friends. Anytime you guys get in a fight, anytime anything happens, you notice like just things start shifting. Then you start realizing that Cannon's lying to your friends, making up things that didn't happen, telling your friends, like it's the craziest thing ever. Like I said, I have to show you guys some visuals so you guys can kind of understand. But his manipulation game is so crazy that when you're with him, you're kind of trapped. So once you're out, it's a freedom that I could never explain. It is like, it's like being resurrected. When you're with Ken, he gets you to a point where you're like dead inside and you're literally just living. You're just like going with every day. Like your world is turned upside down. Like it's insane. And all the stuff Sharice encounters like that. I don't, like I said, I don't know her. I don't know. I just go by what I see. See, I'm not the type of woman. I would never sit there and lie with my man, or even if he's lying and making up false stories for fame. I've never been like that. That's just not me. So, all of this, like what was happening behind closed doors at that time, all the drama and the stuff that he was creating was overwhelming for me because I don't like that type of stuff. I don't like drama. I don't like violence. I'm not into all that. So again, for me, it was living in hell. So honestly, when China thing happened, it was very emotional because I was pregnant, but it was kind of like, I used to pray every night that God would either take me or bring somebody to be with him so he could leave me alone. It's not like I haven't tried to leave Ken multiple times. I would get beat trying to leave. The last time I stopped trying to leave was after I had a baby, when he took the baby from me and said I'd never see her again if I left. So that was the last time I stopped trying to leave. So after that, I didn't try to leave anymore. All the other times, like I said, I I tried going to family members' house, and then he would call over there, you know, they would cave in and tell him where it was, so. Like I said, it was, you know, he has people, everybody around you manipulated to thinking he's this God. The same reason why people are, you know, saying like, you know, do you want him to be locked up? Do you want him to be, like your family's doing the same thing when you're telling them, look at the black eyes, look at this, like, well, you know, he treats you so good and all that, and this and that. Like, it's okay that you busted your lip or blacked your eye, you know? Like I said, it's not an easy thing to just leave, you know? As much as people think it is, you know, when you're with a person like him. I honestly didn't know him until he got an interview with No Jumper. Yeah, nobody knew him until he got in to the interview with No Jumper. Nobody did. You laughed more. He called you sweetheart every night. What? Was he friendly with Big U? Those scenarios he Luce talked about, including Big U, are they true? So yes, him and Big U were friendly. Let's just talk about that. They were friendly. I was, like I said, with Cannon since 2018 to 2022. I can tell you, Big U came over to our house maybe like 3 or 4 times. And all that time, Big U met with Cannon to a certain degree. It's not like they were best friends hanging out all day. Like we were going over to his house hanging out and stuff like that. Like we went to a couple of events together. He's been in our house like maybe a handful of times. But it wasn't anything like where, like this whole enforcer thing and for him and stuff is not true. Cannon has done a lot of violence, a lot of things, but he was not even around, like, at all. Cannon loved using Big U's name in a lot of stuff that he did, a lot of stuff he got away from. He did use Big U's name a lot though. So, but Big U was never involved in the situations, you know, when the stuff happened at the house, like when he pulled a gun on somebody or did this or did that, Big U was never there. Big U, like I said, maybe came a handful of times. No funny business or describing my parents. I'm so happy I don't get how people call someone slow, can manipulate so many people. I don't know. I really don't know. And that's why I said never underestimate just because of the way he talks or, you know, the way he looks. Like I said, he's entertaining. The same way he has you guys entertained, the same way you guys are laughing, he gets funny, he gets cool. Even Sharice, you know, she's doing this Sunday service and talking about God and this. And I don't understand how you can even talk about God when you're doing the devil's work. I don't understand how you can, you know, sit there and act like his other children. And I'm not talking about my child. I'm talking about the 5. Like I said, my child has nothing to do with nothing. I'm talking about the children that he has that can read, that can go on the internet, and how she thinks it's okay as a mother to dismiss them like they're not shit. Just as a woman, I think is nasty and is disgusting. And I don't know how people can even think that that's okay. I don't know why people are not asking questions about, you know, why they think that that's okay. I really don't. Let's see what else. Then be the ones, what do you think it'll take for him to finally sign? So, Cannon was never going to sign the divorce papers. I also want to make this very clear. I know people are wondering, like, why don't you just get a divorce? Why don't you just move on? And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this one time. I'll show it, but as I explained to you, being with Cannon is not something you can just sign over and he's going to let you go. If you think, because you guys don't see it, and Sharice thinks in her mind that Cannon has not tortured me behind closed doors, he has. Cannon still contacted me after he was with Sharice. It's not like it stopped. It's not like the manipulation stopped. It's not like he met Sharice and was like, oh, goodbye, and I was free. It's never going to be that way. Cannon is not going to let you go that easy. He's going to make sure you suffer. He's going to make sure you are tortured because you left. It's not that easy. It's not just a sign over the divorce paper and he's just going to let me go. That doesn't work that way. We have a child together, and I've already told you, I fear for my child's safety. Cannon has done a lot of things to children behind closed doors. And I would never want my child to be around somebody like that unless they get the proper help that they need. And I don't care what anybody says, I don't care what anybody thinks about me or whatever, but she's my daughter, and I will do everything in my power, including give my life to protect her. And if I have to stay married to Cannon for 100 years until he agrees to the deal that I want with our daughter, then that's just gonna be true. So it's either my way or no. I'm not pressed for a divorce. We can't just get a divorce like that and have a child together. The child was involved in the divorce proceedings, so we had court in January of 2024. He didn't show up to court date, we had no court date in March. Obviously, he got picked up or whatever. We're going through this, so I mean, we haven't proceeded with anything with that, but just for those who are wondering why I have not finalized the divorce, again, anybody who has been through a divorce and has children, you know that you have to take care of the issues with the children. It's not like I can, you know, stop him from contesting anything or fighting me for our daughter, which he has tried behind my back. There's a lot of things you guys don't see that he does. So him and Sharice can, or, you know, I don't even know if she's aware that he tried to get a lawyer to do this, whatever, with my daughter, but he did try to say he served me, he didn't serve me. He tried to get this high-powered attorney, a father's rights attorney for the daughter that you guys remember me saying is not his. Yeah, so trying to go behind my back, trying to get a father's rights attorney, called CPS. Like, he's done a lot of things to try to get the baby. So, like I said, I know you guys don't understand or see why, like, oh, why she's not moving on, because Cannon's not the type of person that you can just move on from, because again, like I said, he's going to make you pay for trying to move on. That's just how it is. That's that. So it's not the divorce that I can't get. I'm glad you asked that question, Tyson. So I want you guys to understand it's not about the divorce. I can sign the divorce papers and we can be divorced tomorrow. The only thing is our daughter. If Cannon does not give up his parental rights permanently, he will always be able to come back and try to take my daughter from me. He will always be able to get a lawyer. He will always have, if he has a chick like Sharice, to give money to try to get some high-powered attorney, take me to court, and I don't want that. So my only request was for him, which shouldn't have been a problem, I don't know why. We can't come to the agreement. He didn't want a divorce. He said he doesn't want a divorce, he's not forgive, whatever, behind closed doors. But if he's not paying the child publicly, I just didn't understand why not just let me be free, let me go with the baby. I did request child support, I did request alimony. I asked him if he signed over his rights to legacy, that he wouldn't have to pay for anything. I would pay for the documents to be drafted, I would pay for the notary, I would pay for everything. He still refused. The wife before me, Nikki, is the only one, because obviously I can't talk to Sharice, type of woman she is. Nikki is the prior wife, she talks to Cannon. She's the only one who's been kind of trying to advocate to help get him to do what's right, and he still refuses, so I don't know, that's where we are with that. Yeah, he's been through divorce before, did the whole custody thing. Yeah, so I'm not trying to do a custody thing, as I said. I know that you guys don't know, because unlike him, his son's not a snitch. His son's not going to, the one that he pulled the gun on is not going to put him behind bars. So when him and Sharice, because mine and Sharice pulled the gun too, on Cannon's son and nephew, and that just told me, on top of, like I said, the incident at the hospital when they both attacked me, which is what he has a warrant for in San Bernardino. In Orlando, sorry. I just knew, like I said, my daughter's safety was my number one priority. Cannon doesn't make good choices who he has in his life, from friends to women to everything. And it's not just this woman. Sharice is not the first one. He's had, women before, obviously, Black China. I spoke to her. I don't know about her now, but at the time, she wasn't mentally somebody I don't want around my house either. She was cool, so she wasn't disrespectful like Sharice is or anything like that. Never spoke about shit or, went public and said, oh, it's not her kid. She never spoke to my daughter. When Cannon tried to bring her into it, she said, nah, she don't do that. So I respect her for that. But just certain things I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't trust Cannon to have my children around these men that he doesn't know. I have a daughter, he doesn't understand. And like I said, anybody who's capable of pulling a gun on their own child, is just, yeah, not somebody that can have on my children. It's all control, manipulation, why he won't let you go. Yes, I know. So I get that, I understand that. And I think I understand. Kenneth is not doing this because he loves me or he wants to be with me. Kenneth is doing it to punish me because I left. You don't leave Cannon, you don't go against him, you don't do these things, and when you do, this is what you get. You get publicly harassed, bullied, lied on, your daughter gets lied on, you call you every type of B, bitch, she's a slut, you know where she's crazy, you're just, that's what he does. You're gonna drag you, same thing he's doing to it, be you, be Bill, or Rock, anything to get Ken, whatever he's gonna say. But now 600, he's going off on him, going all these people that he's friends with at one point, right? Best, and then all of a sudden he's talking all this crap, same thing. So once I left, Cannon, it was up, it was fair game, he was gonna make me pay, and Cannon knows that if he was to ever sign over his rights to the daughter that we have, that would be his last, tie to me. If that was cut, he could never hurt me or have anything to do with me ever again. Ever. Let me explain why. I know because I went and got rented a house in Vegas with my aunt just so I can establish a residency in Las Vegas because that's where Cannon and Sharice lived. He was avoiding service. So I established residency there just so I can file for termination of parental rights. I go to court. Luckily, they got in Vegas for termination of parental rights. You do not have to serve the person directly. You can serve next of kin over the age of 18 that lives in that household, which would be his girlfriend Sharice, which is who I served. Thank God he didn't show up to court. This is Vegas. We go to court. Judge grants us termination of parental rights. The judge also warns me that even though the judge has terminated his parental rights, the father can still come back and contest it. The only thing that is more permanent than that is if he gives up his parental rights on his own. So he would have to relinquish his rights, and that would be permanent, where he could not come back. I thought, hey, this is it, it's a judge, right? He's saying he doesn't want the baby, like, this is good, I'm free. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. So I do that, the judge says I have to serve the decision, I serve him the decision. Cool, right? I'm thinking I'm free, I'm thinking it's over. Of course not. There Cannon goes, still contacting me, still talking about the baby, that his rights are just terminated, right? But it doesn't say, like, it's a never-ending thing, and that's what you guys don't understand. I'll be showing that too, so you can see, like, it's not like it's just in my head. Like I said, I'm gonna show just all the receipts, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's never gonna end, the torture, the harassment, the constantly being able to contact me. Like, if I could get rid of him forever in my life, I would, but I can't, because he knows we have his child together, and he'll forever be tied to me. He can easily go get anything overturned, try to get her, he knows that's gonna hurt me more than anything, so. Until I can get him to sign over the rights voluntarily, then relinquish his rights. But yeah, so that's pretty much, everything. Now you guys kind of get like, an insight of like where I'm at now, why I came forward with all this. I think, like I said, a lot of it has to do with, none of you guys know who he is behind closed doors. He does a lot of things that a lot of people don't know about. Scams and manipulation. The game is crazy. Just with the wedding alone, you know what I'm saying? I know Sharice probably thought, I don't know who she thought these people were. I'm not really sure, but it's just all part of his plan. Like I said, he literally takes people from his prior life. All he does is just change players. That's all he does. He just changes players. The scam never changes, just the players do. Every time. So before Sharice tried to send him to China, that didn't work out. So he tries to, because he has to find somebody who's willing to, the puzzle, the pieces have to fit, right? They have to fit in order to make the puzzle complete. So everybody he's tried with, doesn't work. It's not complete. It doesn't work. Sharice was the only one that fit. She was the only one that was willing to go along with Yes, she was the only one who would sit there and co-sign the lies and like rah, go, like, yeah, we got to just play, I'm with it, I'm with the shooting, I'm with the stuff, like, she was the only one that was with that, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool, you know, and, hey, there's a soulmate for everybody, I believe that, I wholeheartedly believe they are 100% soulmates, you know what I'm saying, 120%, and, I think Sharice doesn't understand, like, she seems to run with this narrative, like, I want Cannon, and I want her to know, and I'm trying to get emotional, but, when Cannon, like, I was thanking God when Cannon met her, like, I wanted to get out so bad that Sharice saved my fucking life. I'm so happy when he found somebody else to torture. I thank God every day that he met her. And I pray to God that she stays with him as long as she can. Until I'm finally free, you know. It's I'm not even turning emotional, but being with somebody who breaks you down and beats you to the point of, you know, beyond recognition to where you don't even realize who you are anymore. You can only thank God that, you know, that you're set free. And I thank her every day that she came along. Because I didn't know how much longer I was going to lie. Being with him. He was killing me every day. Every day. He was killing me. Teasing me died every day. And you know, nobody knew anything. You know, they saw the black eyes and this and that, you know. You lied for him, you know. Even when he tried to kill me, I still didn't press charges. I didn't. The only reason why he has the domestic violence case is because the beating was so bad that the hotel witnesses came forward and they testified against him. And I guess now I just felt like I was so weak then, you know. I never said anything. I never stood up for myself. And I don't want my daughter to think that that's love, or I don't want her to think that. I don't want her to ever feel like, I don't want her to be afraid to stick up for herself. Because she's afraid of what everybody's gonna say or think. That's why I stayed in it for so long, you know. Afraid of this, afraid of judgment, afraid of people, him turning people against you, the lies, the false stories. Because you know he's so good at it. He's so good at it, right? So good at it. And you know you're gonna be alone. Even black eye, please support. Right. So that's why I started speaking out. I just want to be someone my daughter can be proud of, or any woman that's going through it. You know, I want you guys women to know there's always a way out. And even though the internet is undefeated, you think people don't care. If some woman can hear my pray. And there's somebody else who knows what you're going through. And there's always a way out. So that's when I started speaking out.
Shit is crazy, bro. Heartfelt.
My daughter's in the bed.
Listen. You know, I make jokes on this platform. You know, I joke, you know what I mean? You know, I make lighter shit. Because a lot of things that I talk about are all stressful things. The things that trigger me to make videos aren't like fun things. You know what I mean? It's stressful, it's deep type stuff. It's federal shit, it's people snitching. It's the things that affected me when I was in the streets. You know what I mean? The things that I wanted to know about. That's the type of things that affect me, that lead me to make videos on YouTube. So I just don't make videos and follow trends of what people want to do. You know what I'm saying? I just do whatever I feel like I want to do. And, you know, one, I'm against the domestic violence at all. You know what I mean? I feel us as men, I feel we need to always hit that door before we hit a woman. We need to hit that door, nigga, and get it on, nigga, and be on the road, nigga. Like, for real. I'm telling you, that shit never goes right. It never goes right, no matter if you feel you right, no matter if you think you're right, no matter if you think she's wrong, no matter what you think the situation is, especially if you have children. And if you have children, and children are witnessing these things, even if they're not witnessing these things, they're around these things, they're hearing these things. Even if a kid is not a big kid, and the kid is just an infant baby, and you think that this doesn't affect them, oh no, violence affects everybody. Just like when we older, it affects us still. It affects you and shapes your mind. And sometimes you have a kid and your kid become more aggressive and they go into school and they fighting and they punching people and you mad at them, but you don't understand and see that it's us that's in here doing this shit and this or me or whoever the fuck, right? And this is what's causing and helping and adding to that, all right? We hear a lot of things about people. This is all alleged, right? Because this is her side of her story. But to see her break down like that, to see her cry like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not no cornball shit. It's not me on no simp shit or none of that, bro. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all of that, my nigga. Throw that shit on the side, my nigga. I don't care. You feel me? Because it's not about her crying, because we watch a lot of people crying live. Don't ever get that twisted. But when she cried, you gotta listen to what she's saying. She said, listen to me. Because remember, her and Sharice don't like each other, obviously. Why would they like each other, right? Yeah. They don't like each other. While she's crying, you know what she said? She said, yo, I don't care regardless of what, I'm happy for Sharice. She said, I'm happy that he found somebody else to have. Well, she said, she used the word somebody else to abuse. She said, I'm happy that he got somebody else. And maybe he would leave me alone, bro, since he got somebody else, bro. And I think that's crazy. And I think that's crazy to say. You know what I'm saying? That she said that. You know what I mean? She said, I hope and pray that Sharice stay with him as long as she can. Because she said she still doesn't feel free. Whether you believe this or not, that's up to you. We gotta take everything we hear with a grain of salt, right? They tell you believe half of what you see. All type of shit, right? Nothing what you see, half of what you hear or some shit, whatever the case. You know how it goes. So I get it. I get it. But this is her own story. You know what I'm saying? This is her own story. And everybody's story is outside. We got Sharice outside telling her story. We got Luce outside. He been outside telling his story. You know what I'm saying? She been telling the story. But I think her story now is falling more upon ears, especially since Luce Cannon is in prison now. You know what I mean? Because she been outside before, talking before he was in jail. And she was on street TV and big platforms. But I don't think a lot of people was listening to it all. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think. You know what I'm saying? I've heard her. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do no videos on nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I see she's vocal now and she's doing her own thing and she got her own platform. I may make my jokes like, yeah, she pretty, yeah, whatever. But that's not my intentions like this. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I mean? I think that, you know what I mean? It's very serious, man. It's very hurtful. She said, I think she has a daughter. She says her daughter doesn't know Luce like that, right? And she said, all he's been on the internet is all my daughter knows. And that's going to be the last memories of him that my daughter knows if he don't have no relationship with her. But this is what she left it at. She didn't say if he doesn't. She's past that place. You know, she even went, she said she moved to Vegas at one point just to establish residency just so that she could get full custody of her daughter and all types of things like that. You know what I mean? So we've seen that. She did go about a bunch of steps to going about, you know, separating or go about getting her daughter. We understand that 2 of the protective orders, that also was attributed to him being denied bail, Luce Cannon, were 2 orders that she ended up showing on her channel. You know what I mean? Her channel is Gigi Adams. Her name is not Gigi Adams, that's her name. Her channel is Gigi, but you might have to find out I am her Gigi. I am her Gigi. Okay? Because when you go to her channel, just say Gigi. Some million Gigis on earth though. But I think that's the act to the YouTube channel. I'm not talking about Instagram, I'm talking about YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because this, she doing on YouTube. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, everybody run her shit up. Subscribe to the channel. She got her own story. It ain't about being biased. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got no horses in the race. I don't know none of these people personally, bro. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? I might run a 1-2 joke, this and this and that on certain shit. Certain shit is not a joke to me. It's real. I get it. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? She got a story too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got a story. See Eddie Boy coming outside right now. Eddie Boy been speaking out. He becoming way more vocal. He getting active on YouTube right now as well. You know what I mean? He need to really change his channel's name to Eddie Boy and then everything else that he want to put after that. You know what I'm saying? But Eddie Boy's channel is Eddie Boy. No, I'm sorry. Eddie. You know Eddie Boy been talking about Luce Cannon for all the snitched on and all of that and all of that. And he went to Luce Cannon's court date and looked back and said, "Cuz, what you doing here, cuz, neighborhood Crip? He recorded me." And then the police ran up on him. That's Eddie Boy. Eddie Boy's on YouTube, but you might not be seeing Eddie Boy channel. You know what I'm saying? I think he was even on a video with 600, but you might not be seeing. But Eddie Boy channel is on Eddie Abdul Aziz. Eddie, A-B-D-U-L, Abdul Aziz, A-Z-I-Z. You know what I'm saying? Because these is 2 new horses that's in this race. Gigi Adams and Eddie Abdul Aziz, because that's his name right now, but he Eddie Boy from back in the days. But his name Eddie Abdul Aziz right now. Straight, because he on his change his life. Don't make him change it back type box. I understand. Atiende, papi, atiende. But look, but Gigi Adams, I am her Gigi. Go to her YouTube channel, subscribe right now. I don't care if you leave. Fuck. And bro, gangster. And Eddie Abdul Aziz, but Eddie really needs to change his name to Eddie Boy and then put Eddie Boy - Eddie Abdul Aziz. He need to do his channel like that. So when people look for him, because I know people been looking trying to find him because he got some stories. He went to the Big U court date. Eddie Boy. He went to the Big U court date. All that. You're not seeing these kinds of videos. You know what I'm saying? So come on, bro. I could be running, get a video, clip it. I'm the only one with him. That's corny, bro. That's whack. It's whack. Everybody needs to just get the information. So when you start learning, you go, okay, cool. Because remember, it's mad pieces on this board. So if you think you know the truth about anything right now, you a liar. You a liar. Yo, bro. When the no jumping shit happened, I did videos on videos. I talked to Jay Reed, all types of shit. And I still didn't know what the fuck happened. Swear to God, son. Stop now. I'm like, what the fuck? Still couldn't figure it out. Swear, did 50,000 videos on this shit, bro. I stopped doing videos on this shit. Swear. I started doing Kanye, all types of shit, bro. I stopped, bro. I could not. I just don't do videos to follow trends, bro. I do videos because I really be inquisitive. I be trying to find some shit out, bro. Straight. I don't care if something just trending. I'll leave that shit alone, my nigga. Mad shit be trending. I do a video on it. Okay, cool. But I care about that shit, bro. But that shit, I'm telling you, nigga went to the, not nigga, but Eddie Abdul Aziz, you know, he on his other right now, Muslim brother. But yeah, Abdul Aziz, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, Eddie Abdul Aziz. He talking his talk too. So it's not about believing nobody, really. It's about just getting the story. Because if you're gonna watch a movie, you can't watch just part of it or just your favorite characters in the motherfucker. That's a whack ass movie if you're just watching 2, 3 niggas in the movie. There's 3 niggas you watching all day. Video on the 2 or 3 niggas. Come on, bro. It's a whole movie. This shit go back history. This shit go back years. Old school crippin', all type of shit. This shit go back years, my nigga. You feel me? All we see is Big U being tried right now, bro. You don't understand what that means to so many people, Big U being tried, bro. Is many more people gonna be tried after this, bro? Is this just the first thing that they did to establish what they trying to do, bro? Because they did not make this a rolling 60 RICO on me. They did it. They could have did that if they wanted to do that, bro. They didn't have to snatch up the whole gang, 1,000 billion people. No, they didn't. They could have snatched up the Crips they wanted to and said, this is rolling 60 RICO. The shit would have stuck like glue. It's rolling 60s. It's gang. It's gang. They didn't even do that. So how confident do the DEA, the feds, or whoever gotta be that they didn't even push the line like that? Think about this. They didn't even push it that way. They pushed it as a Big U enterprise, and they pushing that the rolling 60s is the muscle, and that's coming to strengthen that. And then they're using the M or RW to come, which they hasn't charged them with, but they acting like they're gonna charge him with it. They may, because they acting like he did it. So they may. That may be coming down supersedings. But think about this. They using that, and they pressing that too. It's a lot right now, bro. It's a lot. Everybody, you already know, man, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bells on, make sure you're notified, man. Make sure you're notified. You know what I mean? After this, I'm doing another video too. I'm going live again. Facts. I might screen share. I don't know what I want to do. You know, I'll be doing all types of stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you, subscribe to the channel, drop likes, share some videos, show your support. I appreciate that. Everybody start a YouTube channel. I keep telling y'all every day. If you need my help in anything, if you need me to tell you something, I don't know. All you gotta do is message me on Instagram. Just DM me if I know anything, which I do. I know a lot. You know what I mean? Trust me, I do. This channel monetized in a couple of weeks, bro. Just like majority of my channels. Can't even hold you. So I know a lot about YouTube. So it's not just about views and shit. You know what I mean? But some things about getting views I can help you and talk to you about. You know? Anything I know about this shit, I'll tell you. I'm not here to keep a secret from any of you, man. You know what I mean? So you ain't never gotta hate on me, bro. I'm here to help any one of you for free, bro. I don't ask anybody for no money. Y'all don't be giving me no money, and I don't care. I'm just saying, gangster. You know what I mean? And I help any one of you for free. So I swear to God, you know, on my mother's life, on my kids' life, bro, I will help any one of you for free. Even if you don't like me, I'll help you for free. It's gangster. You know what I mean? So that's what we doing. You know what I mean? And when I help you, just hopefully you go and help somebody else, man. And even about you coming back to help me. You know what I'm saying? If I help you, I want you to help somebody else. You feel me? If you want to help me, that's cool. I don't care. But I'd rather you help somebody else. You know what I mean? That's how you help me. Because we going to pay this shit forward and we going to start a chain of that. A chain of support and a chain of just showing some love, man. And I think that could go far. It might be a few of us at first, man. But that shit is going to move a mountain. So if you like-minded like me, man, and you want to win, I came from the streets. I came from anything that you possibly can think of. Trust me. Don't look past me. Look right at me. But I don't care to hold on to those things. I don't care. I don't have nothing to prove, man. Every day I can prove it. Trust me. Not here online. I don't give a fuck about this shit. I'm talking about in real life. And I don't care. Trust me. It's about showing love. It's about each one teach one, each one reach one. May every man that's listening to my voice help a young guy. Drop some jewels on him. Even if you get accredited or not. Even if he show you love and say you the person that gave him the jewels, don't matter. Drop some jewels. Every woman that's listening to my voice. Drop some jewels on a young girl, on a young chick, man. You know what I mean? School her to some shit, man. Help her from some of the heartaches that you done been through. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about everybody learning from everybody's experiences so that you don't have to experience it yourself. Not every experience is meant for everybody to go through. Some people will not make it back from some experiences. You have to understand this. Trust me, you have to understand this. All right? Show love. It's the only thing to do in life. If you're not showing love, don't matter who's using your love or who tried to play you. Don't care. Move on past them and keep being who you are. You cannot make people change who you are. Because when it's a person's a hater, and then they hating on you, and now you're gonna hate on them. You're gonna hate even harder than they hate, because you're not really a hater. Do you understand? Do you understand? Don't waste time hating. Show love. Trust me, even in chats when you be by, everything you hating on niggas, don't do that shit, son. That shit is not gonna help you in life. It's not gonna help you. Trust me, life is gonna reward you with something negative. Trust me, I know my life was up. Yo, my shit was up more than that. I ain't trying to take my shit. I know, but listen to me. Yeah, I had way more likes than that, and I know that, but it's okay. They took my likes. That's what the program does. So, you hear what I said though? Remember what I said? Life will repay you for all of the fucked up shit you are doing in life. It's going to repay you. Everything comes back in a circle. It's not because I'm just telling you this. This is life. Everything in life gives. Okay? Everything in life gives. Everything. Okay? Everything. Even what's taking gives. Okay? The sun to the tree, to the dirt, the water sometimes, that shit in there like that. Symbiotic, homie. Everything working together, bro. That's life. Animals, everything moving in its own spot, bro. But everything is in sync. So what is hate? Hate is something that only you and I can feel. That's it. Only you and I can know it. If every human was gone, there wouldn't be no hate. So where would the devil be? The devil would be chilling, sleeping then, till another motherfucker pop up, but the devil would be dead. He'd be dead. God would be alive, but the devil would be dead. Trust me. The devil lives in us. It's the only place he lives. He don't live nowhere else but in our mind. Trust me. Only God exists. That's it. Nature's not a devil, bro. It is what it is. Hurricane, typhoon, whatever you want to name, bro. What? Sorry you in the way. Blow your house down. Nigga, you in the way. My bad you was in the path. What? It's not because I'm mad at you that I came by your crib that you didn't give me some rent and I came knock your crib down. No, nigga. Tornado, homeboy. It's what it is. You walking in the forest, a bear run down. Homie, my baby is here. What are you doing? Watch out. But this is how I tell you to watch out. But bro, it's not personal. Like in Revenant movie on Leonardo DiCaprio. Bro, that's not personal, bro. It's not personal, bro. You in the wrong place right now at the right time, bro. What are you doing? And I'm about to show you that you're in the wrong place right now. That's it. They're not mad at you. It's not hating you, bro. I can give you graphic situation, but it's not hate. It's love. It's just all for love. Look, shark. You swimming in the water, chilling, looking like a seal, flapping around in the water. A shark come out, take a nibble. Oh, my bad. Trigger my taste buds. I thought you was a seal, homie. My bad. You gotta do better, homie. You don't want you. You just took a chunk because it was, you triggered my taste buds, bro. It wasn't even, I ain't even mad at you, bro. He's not even mad. She or he, what the fuck ever the shark is. It's not mad, bro. It's not personal. It's life. Things give and things take. But you gotta make sure that you give in life. You gotta make sure you give us something. Trust me. You have to. Every day on this channel, I just be trying to show love to people, bro. I don't care. You know what I mean? My channel's growing. My channel will be bigger with the support. Trust me, it will be. And that will come. A lot of y'all support and I appreciate everybody. And all the rest of it's gonna come. So I'm patient. I believe, you know what I'm saying? I believe. I came from, come on, bro. I came from selling drugs, doing every fucking thing negative, bro. And I had the patience to do that shit, bro. To be negative and be a devil. You know what I mean? So I got patience to take my time and just, you know what I mean? Help my people grow at the same time and help my people to grow at the same time. That's all I want to do, man. Honestly to God, swear to God. That's all I want to do, yo. Roll up. If we do that, we're going to do a lot. We're going to do a lot. So. But yeah, man, shout out to Gigi. You know what I mean? Shout out to Gigi. She doing her thing. Shout out to Sharice Mills, too, because she wild on Munchie B. She bust her shots back at Munchie. Munchie was like her back for what is shit. She like, nigga, what the fuck? This nigga can't even see my back one. So So she started wilding on Munchie. And she was like, nigga, you have peanut butter in your ass, nigga. What the hell are you telling me? So sis got in her bag though, because the phone hung up with Luce, but sis defended they shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have a woman like that on your side though, that could pick up the baton and run with it though. You can say whatever you want to say about even Sharice, but it's good to have a woman on your side that can pick up the bat and run. You know what I'm saying? You can see that Sharice is who she is by herself. It's not about Luce can't make Sharice who Sharice is. You know what I mean? Sharice is just Sharice. You know what I'm saying? She's been who she is. You know what I mean? Because not every chick could do that. A nigga get bagged, he doing YouTube, doing this thing, and she pick up the shit and she running with it. And her shit doing thousands. Some of her shit doing more thousands than his shit. Right? Even though his shit is all the shit with it. But I'm saying it's the energy and how things is going. She putting together shit. Poetic flock, all these niggas. She making some moves. That shit that he wasn't gonna do. He wasn't fucking with these niggas like that. Think about that. But now she's doing her own thing. So she's bringing a whole different energy to that channel. You know what I'm saying? And it's real to have a chick like that on your side, bro. On gangster, bro. Regardless of what we think, we can make videos say, oh, you stupid, your rich is stupid, lips you dumb. We can do whatever we want to do and make our videos. But real shit is real shit too. You know what I mean? We can salute real shit. It's gangster shit. You know, some niggas never had a chick on their side ever. Oh God, son, never had a chick in their life. You know what I mean? So shout out to both of these queens, bro. Because at the end of the day, both of these queens ain't really got nothing involved with each other, really. They really don't know each other. I'm talking about Sharice and Gigi. You know what I mean? They probably know each other through something, through time or some shit, but being around each other for this long. What I'm saying though, bro, it's not like they was cool or friends or grew up or some shit, or they backstabbed each other on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Their common goal or their common thing is Luce Cannon. Every situation has a diameter. Every circle, remember the circle of life? The same circle that I'm telling you about, the shit comes back and bust you in your head. When you hating, you walk in the store, nigga, bust you in your head with a can of corn. Stop hating, it's gonna come back. You're gonna think the nigga's hating on you. No, you were hating on the nigga one day. You went in the store, nigga, bust you in your head with a can of corn. You thought the nigga was crazy. No, he wasn't crazy. He may have had a little issue, but God sent him to bust you in your head with the can of corn, son. Do you get it? Stop being a hater is what I'm saying to you people. Stop. But anyway, right? Salute to both of them. Salute to both of them, son. Real shit. Regardless of what, they both getting off these stories. I haven't heard Sharice get, I don't know, maybe I'm missing some videos or something, but I haven't heard Sharice come back this or anyway, or try to speak towards Gigi or nothing. And maybe that's the best approach. For me, saying, maybe that's the best approach. You know what I'm saying? Let Gigi get what Gigi getting off. And let Gigi just say what Gigi gonna say, because they've been having their spats or whatever. They've been had their little internet things, whatever. So, you know what I mean? If you want to do it for the views, then I get it, but it's too much. Y'all got kids involved, you know what I'm saying? He's in jail. I just don't think that's a good look for them to be going at it right now with Luce being in jail. You know what I mean? If he was out of jail, you know what I mean? All free for all, y'all do whatever y'all want to do. But him being in jail in a RICO, you know what I mean? It's just a lot. It's just a lot. You know what I mean? They might even throw y'all arguments in that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is just too much. You know what I mean? Some new argument I'm talking about, not an old one. They'll throw a new argument that you arguing today in it. Just like they did with Big U. They took his 2 conversations that he had and they brought it in the press release. And I think they also gave him like some sort of obstruction charge, I think. I don't want to put a next charge on him, but I think that's what, you know what I mean? I was listening to a few lawyers and that's what they said happened, but you know, I didn't see it in the paperwork or see it like that to just confirm this. So like I said, I don't want to put an extra charge on these people. These people are already dealing with a lot. So, yeah, man, you know, like I said, though, man, free all them niggas, though. We gonna make our content, though. I don't like to see people in jail. If you're a rat, though, you can stay in there, though, bro. You can stay. On God, son. I don't like rats. The human form ones or the regular, the animals or nothing. God told me love all his creatures most high. I'm still working on this. I'm working on this, bro. I'm telling you, son, I never lied to you, bro. I don't like human rights and I don't like the animals. And other creatures, animals, I could rock with you, bro. Animal, I could do it. Whatever, what is that? Boa. Mike could deal with you, bro. Mike could deal with you. Boa. Mike could deal with you. Yeah. I might could deal with him. Rat. Can't do it. Can't do it, son. Bear. Probably could do it. Revenant. Me, Leo. Shit ragging me around. Whatever. I'll take that. Not a rat, bro. I'll take a bear over a rat, homie. Straight. On Jesus. I don't like rats. I really don't. So salute to all my people. Salute to all my peoples, bro. I'm telling you, I don't, bro. Straight. Look, I told y'all on the song Uda that I wrote, right? On my song Uda. I told y'all, I don't like rats, bro. Never did, never will. Never will. Okay? Told y'all on my song Uda. Listen, I don't like rats. That's what I'm telling you on this song right here. I do not, I will not, and I will forever not like rats. I don't care if you're related to me. I don't care. I will never like rats. No. Listen, I don't like rats. Listen, it's called Uda.
All my niggas for the Uda. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rats. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Tell me the proof. All my niggas turn shooters. All my niggas for the Uda. Welcome to the Uda. All my niggas for the Uda. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rats. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Tell me the proof. All my niggas turn shooters. All my niggas for the Uda. Welcome to the Uda. All of my niggas insane. They tryna catch a mistake. Young niggas putting in pain. It in the game, all for the game. Niggas ain't playing for nothing. We're in school, laying in bang. My little nigga kill my little nigga. Full-time job not to kill niggas. Jump on the porch of the field nigga. You was in the house, I'm a field nigga. No fuck boys around real niggas. Been a drug dealer since a little nigga.
Salute, peace and love, salute. Jalen, salute, peace and love, salute. Nathan, salute. Salute, y'all. Yeah, I'm about to do a live after this, though. You know, we just vibing out. You gotta drill him, Vanessa.
I give a dick that'll change your life. You leave a change on the dresser. Shorty, you're ready. Ready. That pussy ready, get ready. Don't wanna get ahead of myself, but I want the head for the Getty. She said she fuck with the Uda. I tell her open the Chevy. All my niggas for the Uda.
Everybody subscribe.